Let's get it on!
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Breaking Kayfabe!
That's right.
It is the, what are we, in March?
Yes, we
the
are.
March edition of Breaking Kayfabe. And notice something's missing. I'd just like to point this out. I cut my hair.
He did. He chopped it all off.
Zack Ryder, you can see, I'm supporting you. Why am I not your goddamn broski of the week? I hate you, you suck.
That was a little harsh, man. That was a little harsh.
I don't care anymore.
Okay.
WWE executives have gotten together and saying that the overall pay-per-views,
Yeah, the pay-per-views.
okay, will go away over time. That's not right.
Yes, the WWE executives say that the pay-per-views will go away over time once the WWE Network is launched.
They're not going to do pay-per-views?
That's the whole thing.
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first!
They will do pay-per-views, but they won't be pay-per-views anymore.
They'll
They
be
will
internet.
be on the WWE. You have to get the WWE Network in order to get these pay-per-views.
Well, goddamn it.
To get the shows.
Well, that's just great. Chris Masters saved his mother from a crazed neighbor who set her house on fire.
Went and uprooted a small tree and threw it through the window in order to get her out. He then went on Good Morning America to tell his story. Yes, yes. Well, why do you find that so funny?
He uprooted a tree to throw it through the window.
Yeah.
Nothing like destroying the public to get your mother out of a burning house.
It was on his mother's property, so I figure her house was already burning.
Don't call the fire department! There's a tree! Smash! Got her! Got her! Watch me flex my muscles.
For one night only, the Asylum Arena, formerly known as the ECW Arena, will open its doors to the fans for a special screening of the upcoming ECW documentary,
Barbed Wire City!
This will happen on April 20th.
420. Well, WWE has some, well, not just WWE, but there are a lot of, like, wrestling-oriented DVDs coming out. We're going to see some of, like, For All Mankind, It's the Life and Times of Mick Foley, scheduled for the 16th of April. Best of In Your House, scheduled for 4:30. Top 25 Rivalries, scheduled for May 28th. Best of War Games, which is a good WCW pay-per-view for anybody who, you know, is a WCW fan like me. Scheduled for June 25th. Oh, ECW Unreleased Volume 2, July 30th. Now, has Volume 1 come out yet?
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen this yet.
Yeah.
I need to see this. Best of Madison Square Gardens, some Mid-South Wrestling, some Triple H, Goldberg.
It's specifically a Triple H biography.
Yes,
DVD.
not to be confused with his King of Kings DVD, which covers his actual wrestling. This one's going to cover more about, like, Paul himself. History of the WWE, which nobody really cares about. The Raw 20th Anniversary, which is going to be a box set. There's going to be some added bonus stuff in there. I think
Everybody loves bonus stuff.
No comment. Best of the WWE pay-per-views. I'm going to guess that's going to be the 2013 set.
I'm not sure if it'll be that or if it'll just be overall pay-per-view, because usually what it is the best of the pay-per-view matches.
Ooh.
This sounds like it's going to be the best pay-per-views from WWE's history.
Were there any?
I mean, maybe. Maybe they'll even throw some WCW ones in there for you.
It'd be about time. Jimmy Uso has been thought to have been arrested for a DUI recently. But that is not the case, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to set the facts straight. Breaking Kayfabe gives you the facts, just the facts, man.
Just the facts. In reality, he was charged with driving with a suspended license and a probation violation. Now, he was on probation for a previous DUI, which is where the rumor that he got arrested for a second DUI came from.
It's just extremely funny that, you know, he's out there driving without a license and he's all like, yeah, I'm good. I'm on
It's
probation.
actually, in my opinion, kind of surprising that he has a WWE contract while on probation. I don't
true.
know. I mean, especially for something like a DUI. But it is what it is.
Ooh.
Triple H is starting to do away with word-for-word scripts and is beginning to teach the developmental talent how to use bullet points, allowing them to be more creative in their promos and with their characters.
It makes it so much easier when you don't have to read a script word from word. Now, yes, we have bullet points here, but a lot of the stuff we say, Trust me, you can't script this.
Not even a little bit.
Especially Josh's mom.
Anywho, WWE has named a new head writer for their creative staff, and this is David Kreitzman. He is fairly new to WWE. He's only worked there for a few months. And look at this. He's already moving up in the world as the head writer.
That's awesome. ROH has announced a new partnership with Pro Wrestling NOAH in Japan. Or is that actually Noah?
I'm
is
not
it
sure
Pro
if
Wrestling Noah?
they might pronounce it that way. But
I'm like, wait, that spells Noah.
yep, I would probably assume that that's how they pronounce it.
For those of you who have not been following TNA, Bully Ray has won the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Now, while doing this whole run, he's been keeping himself in his gimmick almost 24/7, and recently had made some really negative comments towards a specific sexual choice by people. He made some very mean gay comments towards a fan, and has went on to apologize.
He had to actually apologize twice, because apparently his first one, not good enough.
No, it really wasn't. It was pretty, it was like, I do what I do, kind of an apology, and that's not what you need to do. When you cross a line, you need to be humble, and you need to apologize. Like, to any of you I might have offended by doing my German thing or screaming Black Pride, I'm sorry. Amber, not sorry to you.
Still in TNA news, the X Division has announced some new rules for their division.
There's a 230-pound weight limit, which means I can't be in it.
Every match will be fought as a triple threat match. And the winner of the X Division title will obviously be the champion. The person involved in the fall of that match will be eliminated from the next title match. And the person who was not involved in that fall will be involved in a match to decide the next
the new third person.
Yeah, the new third person for it. The third person will be decided by another triple threat match between 3 other X Division stars.
While we're on the X
It seems a little confusing, but I think that it's going to be something really good, something different. I like that they're structuring these rules. I think it'll be interesting.
While we're mentioning the X Division, recent return to TNA was seen by none other than Petey Williams. I think it's going to help with this whole X Division push.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll let you talk about this one, because I know this really pissed you off.
The Rock went on to appear on Jay Leno and the Teen Choice Awards, and did not mention WWE at all. Did not carry out his WWE title. Nothing.
Now, Josh and I decided to check into why. He took over the Leno research, I took over the Teen Choice Awards, and we both found out some interesting things.
Yeah, as far as the Jay Leno appearance goes, he was actually paid by the studios who released G.I. Joe to go on and only talk about the movie, which is understandable. They're really trying to promote their movie, so they paid for him to go on and only talk about the movie, so I understand that.
Yeah, which means he wasn't allowed to bring his title.
Even though WWE has gone on to promote the movie also, it seems kind of unfair that they would do that, but I understand.
Now, when his appearance on the Teen Choice Awards happened, it was because Viacom owns MTV, and subsidiary to that is also part of their contract with TNN, Spike, which is current homing to TNA. So they didn't want to promote WWE when they in fact promote TNA. Yeah. Or Impact Wrestling now. Sorry. Angelina Love and Velvet Sky are in a superhero movie. They play a couple called Fox and Orchard.
Yeah, the movie is called Foe and Orchard, Little Deaths.
That's the name of the movie.
That's the name of the movie.
Oh.
Foe and Orchard, Little Deaths.
So
kind
check that
of a weird
out.
name. I have no idea what the superheroes are going to be like, but it's Velvet Sky and Angelina Love. You might as well check it out.
Stephanie McMahon, training in some boxing.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to knock you out. Now, Paul Bearer recently passed away, for those of you who have been following. And his family was nice enough to give the blessing to have Punk do all the stuff he's been doing with the urn, tossing it around, teasing The Undertaker.
It was also recently revealed that the cause of his death was from a heart attack, unfortunately.
Sad.
I mean, we lost a great manager.
No more little guy going, "Oh, my Undertaker! You will rise!"
Well, I mean, we did have CM Punk, and he's kind of short.
Or you got Paul Heyman, who's short and fat.
Oh! TNA knockout Rosita has been cast in a horror movie called Army of the Damned. Yeah. check it out. Might be interesting.
Bobby Lashley is in talks with Bellator, which, for those of you who know, is MMA.
Mm-hmm. And it's also apparently in conjunction with TNA. They're doing some.
Yep, they're doing some partnerships.
Going on.
High school senior Andrew Billing from Texas has broke Mark Henry's state powerlifting record.
Yes, that's. So I think he's had that record for like 15 years or something like
it's
that.
been a while.
And this, or maybe even more. I'm not sure. I think it was around 15 years. But this kid just goes high school seniors breaking that record.
Now for the next one, everybody knows that in professional wrestling, it's scripted and fake. Now for those of you who know the ins and outs of wrestling, you know that sometimes in wrestling, your match doesn't go quite the way you expect it to, and you tear yourself a new asshole. Well, in this situation and in this news story, that literally happened is X-Pac went for a Bronco Buster and literally tore himself a new asshole.
That's right. He ruptured his anus when he hit an exposed turnbuckle at a very odd angle during his move. And quoting Sean Waltman, he almost died. He had to go in for surgery, but he's doing better.
He thought he was going to have to get a colossal bag.
Yeah,
and he was like, I'm very glad it didn't.
And he's taken to Twitter and made kind of lighthearted about it.
I would just like to point out that the man ruptured his ass and finished the match. X Factor through a table, X Factor to the outside of the ring, and still continued the match.
And if for those of you who don't realize this, the X Factor, he lands straight on your ass. I do that move, and if you had a ruptured anus, I'm sure it wouldn't be pleasant. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has been chosen to induct Bruno Sammartino into the Hall of Fame. We have some other, they've released some other, the inductees, or the inductors for the Hall of Fame. We're having Maria Menounos will be inducting Bob Backlund.
Terry Funk will be introducing Mick Foley, which I think is a pretty honorable thing.
Yet they have yet to announce Trish, Booker T, and Donald Trump's inductors. I mean, there's some rumors, but
I was gonna say, even though rumors are surrounding that Booker T's brother Stevie Ray will be inducting him.
Now tell them who you think should induct Donald Trump.
Okay, so Josh and I were talking about this. I personally think $1 Million Man should introduce Donald Trump, and I think his speech should be something like, "You know, ladies and gentlemen, I once thought I was the richest man in the WWE. But apparently Vince McMahon went out and found someone who has deeper pockets than me. Introducing the wealthiest man in the WWE family, Donald Trump. Everybody's got a price."
That's right. I think it could be an interesting time. It'll be interesting to see who they choose.
Apparently, WWE is launching a Superstars for Sanity Relief, where they're going to do some online auctions with some randomness and...
Now, some of the things that I was reading on this that you could auction on, I actually went and saw some of these.
Bowling with Ryback!
Bowling for Ryback was one. Going to a NASCAR event with John Cena was one.
Only if I can throw him in front of a car.
Getting a live appearance on a Monday Night Raw was one that I saw.
Yes.
And one that I found rather interesting. Getting a backstage WWE tour by none other than Kane.
Kane. Now, after we talked about this, I came up with a couple of ideas that I would like to put out there for WWE. Lap dances from the Bellas.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would pay for that. I would auction off my house. I don't even own my house, and I would auction off my house. I'd give away my firstborn child. I would mortgage. You know what? I'll slit his fucking throat right now if I can have a lap dance from the Bellas. Kick John Cena in the balls. Lick CM Punk's head. I don't know why, but I'd lick his head.
Interesting.
How about an ice cream eating contest with Goatface himself? I mean, these are just things I'm snowballing. WWE, you tell me what you think. You call me.
Yeah, you call this guy. His number's been out there. I'm sure you'll find it.
Ric Flair has been diagnosed with a blood clot in his leg.
So we forced him to take some time off out of the ring. He was supposed to have some appearances and caused him to be out.
So, I thought of something funny with this one. Matt Hardy will not die, but he will get married.
That's true. Him and Rebby Scott officially engaged.
Do you like that?
I was. That was good. Booker T has announced that he's going to release a new book.
How to Run from the Police.
No, that was his other book.
Oh.
From Prison to Promise or
something like that.
Whatever it was called. But this one, I'm sure will be better.
My Rise to Wrestling Royalty. Piggy up for Booker T. All hail Booker. Oh yeah, all hail King Booker.
King Booker.
Hall of Fame list has been released for the year. Now, if you're not following, we're just going to run down it really quick. Bruno Sammartino, Mick Foley, Bob Backlund, Trish Stratus, Booker T, and none other than the million dollar man, Donald Trump.
That's true. Stephanie McMahon went on Twitter and spoke out in favor of gay marriage throughout this whole thing that's been going on with the law, with the gay marriage being in the Supreme Court and all that. You know, it's kind of a nice thing to see.
It's a very sad thing that Chris Kanyon had passed away because I feel like Kanyon would be a perfect spokesperson for this currently.
Absolutely, absolutely.
TNA's Jesse Gooders and Tara, better known to the majority of wrestling fans as Victoria, have joined the cast of a scripted drama called Tainted Dreams.
Apparently, it's a soap within a soap. That's what I was reading.
Watch the pilot episode at least.
Check it out. I have no idea.
Robbie E is staying with TNA for another year, at least.
But who really cares? I'm just saying.
I mean, it's
Robbie.
Robbie E.
Yeah.
I'm a Long Island boy.
Former WWE stars Aaron Aguilera, also known as Jesus, and Paul London, also with Lucha star El Jefe.
Don't call me fat.
Were in the season 11 premiere of Operation Repo.
It's hard to believe they're already going to do an 11th season of that show.
So check that out.
Sean Diddy Combs to perform at WrestleMania 29. Does anybody fucking care?
I mean, he already did, his performance at Tribute to the Troops, but apparently he needed a little bit more.
This is my impression of P. Diddy.
Well then.
Taker advertised for a couple dates post WrestleMania this year, which is like the first time in almost like 6 years.
I know. One of which is the April 23rd SmackDown taping in London. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he'll stick around a little bit longer. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll let you take the next one.
Evan Bourne has officially returned to the WWE. He made his appearance in NXT against
El Generico.
El Generico, who's now wrestling as Sami Zayn without his mask. That was one of the topics over here. El Generico now in NXT, no mask, Sami Zayn. But yes, Evan Bourne finally back.
Scott Hall, who, if you haven't been following, has joined up with DDP and Jay the Snake to clean himself up and get himself back into a great state of mind, a great place in life.
They went on, I think it was Kickstarter, and started raising funds for his hip surgery.
Yes.
They raised the $80,000
plus some.
Yeah, and some, and they have finally scheduled his surgery.
April 9th.
Yep. So,
So
we
Scott,
wish him well.
I was gonna say, I'll hail the bad guy because I'd like to see him try to make at least some kind of return.
Even if it's just an appearance, and I hope that they get him in the Hall of Fame soon.
We've kind of passed over this now like twice. Jerry Lynn has officially retired.
Yep, he wrestled his
Stay out of
last
it.
match, and that match was with
X-Pac.
X-Pac. I mean,
Who tore his ass
there
for
was a
that
couple
match?
other guys. It was a fatal four-way, but it was him and X-Pac were in it, and that's the match, yes, where he tore his asshole. Like I said, El Generico, in WWE, no mask, Sami Zayn. If you see him, check him out, it's pretty good.
TNA President J.C. Carter has announced 3 new dates where they're going to be touring to for little things.
We have April 25th in the city of Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yes, I said that right. The city of Indiana, Pennsylvania. I had to look it up to make sure I was right.
Toledo, Mississippi.
No, Tupelo, I think it's out.
Tupelo?
Yeah, I've never heard. Tupelo, Mississippi on May 9th.
Lucky you people.
And Tampa Bay, Florida on May 23rd.
They will be coming to Buffalo.
They always do for baseball, so hopefully now that they're on the road, they'll do a real show.
They've already announced it.
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome.
WWE has removed Eric Pankowski as the Senior Vice President of Creative and Development, and WWE officials recently stated that
That they intended to
Oh.
spend more money
Thank
on
you.
creative development.
There you
To
go.
hire more writers and a writing staff for the new WWE network. My handwriting is not that bad.
It can be.
No, it's not. That says they.
I could not see the I. That looks like an H.
You look like an H.
Your mom looks like an H.
Sean Waltman, after, actually this happened
I was going to
before,
say, it happened before he got it.
before tearing himself a new asshole, was signed to a Legends contract with WWE, finally. Congrats to you.
Vince McMahon has officially joined Twitter.
Yep.
Which was really funny. The first tweet sent at him was by Zack Ryder with a new pair of gear he wanted to try out on the fans.
Yep.
Big red button right here that said push me. Now, for those of you who think that's a sexual innuendo, it's not. It's actually a chance to get pushed.
Yeah, he's pushing that line again. You know, like he always did on his show. He wants to be noticed, he wants to get pushed, and he should. This is all there is.
Former WWE star Gene Snitsky will be playing a role known as The Undertaker in a movie.
Yeah, it's a film adaptation of Bill Bean's novel Dark Force. This Undertaker has nothing to do with the WWE Undertaker, so please do not be confused. And if you are confused, that's not our fault. According to the Wrestling Observer, at least one WWE employee has suggested retirement to Rey Mysterio after he had recently injured his good knee. He has only 1 year left on his contract, so I mean, you said you had some news about that anyway.
No,
so.
I found out this morning from a couple of little dirt sheets that Rey Mysterio has apparently and allegedly asked for his release in his contract early. Now, not only has he asked for his release, he asked for the 60-day no-compete clause to be waived. Now, this could be a fact that he's going to TNA, AAA, Ring of Honor, any other
maybe
promotion.
Maybe he wants to do some indie wrestling. Who knows?
Maybe he just wants out.
You know?
I mean,
who knows? Who knows what he wants? JBL successfully climbed Mount Kanagwa, a.k.a. Mount Death. His group climbed 22,841 feet in 13 days with wind chills near 60 degrees below zero.
I could do that on a good day.
On a good day?
No.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe in a video game.
WWE Tough Enough winner Andy Levine recently worked out for NFL scouts in Florida. Man can't make up his mind whether he wants to wrestle or play football.
Yeah. Well, he played football back in college from 2006 to 2010.
That says International University.
Florida International University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pro day workout. He played offensive line in school from 2006 to 2010.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, apparently he didn't do... Well, I mean, for those of you who watched, he didn't do very good in wrestling. I don't think he should have won, personally.
No.
I watched Tough Enough the entire way through. I liked the kid in general, but didn't think he quite had the chops for it.
While we're on the topic of NXT and Tough Enough and that kind of shit, let's talk about Johnny Curtis for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Love that
for
guy.
those of you who don't know who Johnny Curtis currently is, he is...
Was he the Season 2 winner of NXT?
Yes.
I think he was Season 2 winner of NXT.
But for those of you who don't know what his current line is, you want to take a stab at saying his name?
He
Take a
is
stab.
Fandango.
Don Durango.
Fandunghole.
Fan B-I-N-G-O Bingo was his name-o. Oh!
Thank you, Chris Jericho.
I need 2 tickets to Dead Man Down. Wait, Josh Matthews, you want to go? I need 3 tickets. Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan, who also runs Revolution Pro Wrestling, met with Dixie Carter earlier this month to discuss one of his wrestlers, Jay Bradley, who won he won a gut check contract.
Yes, that's
awesome.
very interesting.
I love that Billy Corgan is getting into wrestling and then he's running a promotion.
Absolutely.
The man can't only sing. Well, he can't sing really.
Well, he can sing.
When I got
My car keys,
they were right here in my hand. I totally skipped this, by the way.
That's okay.
Wrestling Insider has officially announced that in their Hall of Fame this year there will be an Extreme class, and the Extreme class has been named. All I want's number 7.
All right. Well,
and number 8.
well, you can do the last 3 then.
Fine.
Their first inductee was Paul Heyman,
Obvious.
followed by Chris Candido,
God rest his soul.
and then the Dudley Boys.
Who got wood?
They
4.
They always got wood.
But they got wood 4.
Francine, who was number 4. Number 5 was Tommy Dreamer.
The innovator of violence.
Number 6 was the Sandman.
Who caned Tommy Dreamer.
Number 7.
The man who crucified the Sandman, Raven.
Number 8.
The whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam.
And their final entrant into...
I've never heard of him.
You never heard of this guy?
I've never heard of him. But rumor has it he is the homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. Which is awesome. I mean, that's a great Extreme class right there. Each one of them an integral part to what Extreme Wrestling was all about.
Absolutely.
Sabu was just fucking crazy. I'm pretty sure if they'd have just given him a shot of Ritalin before every one of his shows, you might have seen a more Tommy Dreamer-esque wrestler on there.
Probably. Former WWE ref Jimmy Corderas recently released a book called 3 Count,
Which is not about Gregory Helms.
My Life in Stripes as a WWE Referee. Might be an interesting read to pick up, you never
What
know.
is it? There are like 2 chapters?
You know, you might be able to find some interesting things from the backstage of WWE. Who knows?
Really? Apparently, The Rock has expressed his interest in playing a role in the new Star Wars movies.
He grew up loving G.I. Joe and Star Wars. He got into G.I. Joe as Roadkill. Now he wants Star Wars.
Maybe he can play the new Jar Jar Binks.
Maybe he'll be the son of Lando Calrissian.
maybe Mace Windu worked out and had a son.
UFC president Dana White stated that Vince McMahon challenged him to a fight at either a UFC event or at a WrestleMania. Whether this is just a work and Vince was just trying to get some publicity, who knows? But apparently it's not the first time it's happened.
Talk about that.
Leaders of Aces and Eights have been revealed officially.
Wow, we covered that.
We have the president and the vice president of Aces and Eights.
Which we don't get why Aces and Eights has to have a VP. I mean, you've got the president, which is Bully Ray. You've got VP, which is
D'Lo Brown.
and then you've got Devon. I mean, what the fuck is Devon actually doing?
Yeah, he's there.
Or do you
He's
know?
like the floor manager. You know what I mean? You got like the head. You got like the CEO, and then you got like like the district manager, and he's like the floor manager. He's taking care of the workers.
I'd say he's the Matt Hardy of the tag team.
Now we've had several birthdays this month, and we'd like to share them with you. We had Melina from Eminem, former diva.
Nadia, former Tough Enough winner.
Yep. We had Mae Young,
Who turned 90.
90.
90.
They did a little celebration, and CM Punk interrupted and all that jazz.
It was great.
It was.
Because that happened at Raw Old School, which we were at because it was here in Buffalo.
Matt Jackson of Generation Me.
Or the New Hardys, as I like to call them. Yeah. Samoa Joe.
AJ Lee, that little cutie.
Give her a birthday spanking.
Yeah.
Evan Bourne.
Yes, recently returned superstar Evan Bourne. Jimmy Corderas, who, like we just said, released a book.
The icon known as Sting.
Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel.
Jack Swagger.
The Phenom, The Undertaker.
Not to be confused with the next guy, the Warlord.
And 2 superstars who have passed away would have been celebrating their birthdays this month. We had Umaga.
And Kurt Hennig.
Yes.
Also known as Mr. Perfect.
You know, a nice list of birthdays for the month. And happy birthday to all of you.
Yes.
Hope that, whatever you're doing, hope
now,
it's good.
This is where we would like to take a minute to let you guys know we will be coming back in a couple of short weeks with the last installment of the Attitude Era. And don't think that just because the summer is upon us that we are going to take a break from Off the Ropes. Because while Off the Ropes is still going to be coming at you bi-weekly, we are also going to be bringing to you once a month Championship Backyard Wrestling! Now,
that's right.
Excuse me as I walk away from a second.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know what we do, I am currently the defending hardcore heavyweight championship of a little 3-man show we do in our backyard. Now, for any of you who have ever told me not to talk about this, I don't work for anybody currently because I'm not good enough to get booked and I don't have enough training, so I'm going to talk about it. What I do is not go through light tubes. I don't do death matches. What I do is try to re-legitimize what backyard wrestling has been all about.
Absolutely.
Therefore, when I carry my strap like you carry yours, you will respect me just as much as I've respected every one of you. Now,
well said.
For this summer coming up, you will see me go head-to-head in some of the most grueling matches I have been in yet ever. As a matter of fact, the very first show is going to happen on my birthday, and it's going to be May 5th. And I will be taking on none other than Scotty Mack, probably my most formidable opponent yet. But I digress, because the bastard's sitting here.
It's true.
This title will be on the line, and I will walk out of there still holding it high above my head.
We'll see.
No, I'm pretty sure I will.
We'll see.
It's scripted. However, though, this is our hardcore...
That doesn't mean that we don't have pride in what we
That's
do.
very
we
true.
Do.
This is our Hardcore Heavyweight Championship. It is a real title.
It's nice, isn't it? It's beautiful. You want to buy it? Well, you can. Well, unless you offer me the right amount of money. Then I'll steal from this fat fuck and I'll mail it to you.
$500. I'll get you a replica. But this has been another installment of Breaking Kayfabe.
All right.
Stick tuned for CBW coming to you live. Well, not live, but taped this summer.
And also, stay tuned for our upcoming WrestleMania review.
Yeah,
hopefully it'll be
is
good. Hopefully it won't suck and I won't pay $60 for shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you. And like always, we are officially
Down for the count.